So I've been reading a book called The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, and one of the things he mentions in chapter 2 is that when you aren't reaching your goals, the first thing most people start to do is to make a list of reasons why they're failing. In other words, a list of like, well, people don't get it, people don't understand what I'm selling, the economy's bad, timing's bad, I'm too young, I'm too old, I suck, people suck, it can go on and on. But he pointed out that maybe you're asking the wrong questions or maybe you're missing the answer entirely. So instead of making a list of the reasons why you aren't reaching your goals, consider that you've simply underestimated the amount of energy and effort it's actually going to take for you to reach those goals. He pointed out that most entrepreneurs actually underestimate that. And he said often the difference between attaining goals and failing is simply the decision to up your efforts rather than your excuses. So instead of making a list of why it's not working, try making a list of efforts necessary to make it work. Once you realize that you're simply not putting in enough effort, that's when things actually start to change. In fact, one of my team leaders said the other day, if you treat your business like a hobby, it's going to pay you like one. And I thought that was really, really on point. So in other words, change your efforts to change your results. When you align your efforts to your goal, your results are going to start to change. And when you underestimate the time, effort, and energy necessary to accomplish anything, you're going to have quit in your mind long before you see any results. And once you quit in your mind, it's going to show. It's going to show in your face, your posture, your attitude, and even in your presentation. So you're not going to have the persistence necessary to accomplish your mission. But he pointed out that if you recognize the true amount of time, effort, and persistence that it actually takes, and if you're willing to invest at that level, that's when the market is going to recognize that you are a force to be reckoned with. You know you're not going anywhere, and that attitude is going to show in your speech and in your actions. And that's when the market's going to start to respond accordingly. But too often, instead of increasing your action to meet the target, people do the opposite. They reduce their target to so-called attainable goals. This is a mistake that sends the message that our goals are not important and that the only way to win is by reducing your personal goals. But this leads to a weakening of morale, a weakening of hope, and a weakening of expectations. And deep in your heart, you know you're not doing anything more than letting yourself down. So it's better to push hard and come up short than to target a smaller goal. Remember, always, always, always remember this. Never reduce your target, always increase your action. When you start letting yourself off the hook, take it as a sign that you're giving up on your dreams. Any target or goal attacked with the right amount of action, using the correct amount of effort, is attainable with time and persistence. I love that. Look, it's easy to try to explain away failure by blaming the goal rather than the action or effort. You can say, oh, I just want to love and enjoy my life, and it's the journey. But don't let it become an excuse or catchphrase when you're not reaching your goals. Instead, realize that success is probably going to take 10 times more energy, effort, time, and money than you first expected. So develop a whatever it takes attitude, see every action through to completion, make no excuses, and take no prisoners. That approach with every action, that in it to win it mindset, that's when success happens. It's not really just going to happen unless you really just relentlessly put in the actions over time. And those people who approach their goals with this attitude are the ones who are guaranteed success.